All right, welcome again to Military Guna TV, and I have a bit of details, something I want to talk to you guys about. What is happening, things that I've seen happening, on what is actually going on right now. So, the latest news that pops up out of nowhere, Sead Kolasinac and Mustafi teaming up to get the manager sack, Christian Grass sack, and it really sent a bad message across to the Arsenal fan base. Also, you can see that something is really wrong. Something is definitely wrong. And what can we do about it? And is it a case in which now we can see that Mikel Arteta was right for releasing these players? There are so many things to talk about. Before I go, please hit the like button. Please hit that like button and tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you guys think about the details. So I'm going to go straight into the detail and tell you guys what's up. Straight into the details and tell you guys what is up. Okay. All right. So the story broke out on Twitter through various credible source, Derek Ray, and it stated that. Let me read exactly what it said. To update, 3 Rebels players at the forefront were Sead Kolasinac, Class 1 Huntelaar, and Shkodran Mustafi. Now, various sources in Germany reported that there is a player revolt at Schalke. Players said to want Schneider to dismiss the coach Christian Grass. Also, they are unhappy that he confuses names of players or opponents, uses wrong language tone, competence in training methods, also bad tactics applied. Now, with the update now are the release of names that are causing the revolt. These are Mustafi, Kolasinac, and Huntelaar. My problem is now, why would the players really want to do something like that? They are going through one of the worst period of their club history. One of the worst period of the club history. What is really happening? Now, let me read what the story outlines. Now, commentator Derek Ray has shared some shocking findings from Bild that spell some serious concerns and interest to Arsenal. Schalke sit bottom of the Bundesliga, being hammered by rivals Borussia Dortmund 4 goals last weekend. Now, the Bild reported that there has been a player revolt against manager Christian Grass, with the report shockingly named Sead Kolasinac, Mustafi, and Claas Huntelaar as the men involved. Kolasinac returned to Schalke on loan once the January transfer window is open, whilst Mustafi reached an agreement with Arsenal by contract termination. You know, this really sends a bad message across in regard to the football world, and it sends a bad stench. I really do believe that there's something wrong with these players. Now, Huntelaar also returned to the club last month, so it appears that all 3 Rebel players have just arrived at the club, with the trio pushing for Grass to be sacked. Now, Ray adds that the Grass has come under fire for reportedly confusing the players' names, his own players and opponents, as well as using wrong languages, and also his overall managerial approach has been blasted. Now, let me get into more further details in this. Now, the commentator Derek Ray adds that Schalke have denied the reports. The club has denied the reports, which is something that any club would stress if the claims were true or false. Schalke's last Bundesliga win was against FC Cologne on January 20, with the side going down to lose 3 of their next 5 league encounters by heavy margins, whilst they have drawn twice over that same period. Schalke look to resign to resign to relegation this season. They are 9 points off a relegation playoff spot. Grass and his coaching team may well feel betrayed by Kolasinac and Kuntelar, especially with the former being handed the captaincy since he returned on loan, whilst the manager and coaching staff may have had a hand in pushing the club to resign both. So, you see what I'm talking about? What's up, Alex? You see what I'm talking about? The coach and his coaching staff pushed very hard to resign Kolasinac, also giving him the captain's armband, and this is the repayment that the manager gets. And we might look at it and say it's unfair, but that is the world of football. Football is a cruel world, and we have to accept that. So it's a mixed set of news for Arsenal. It's embarrassing to see that the loanee has been publicly found to have gone behind the manager's back, something that Mikel Arteta should be wary of, considering the way his season has gone so far for the Gunners. Whilst it's a dodge bullet in regards to Mustafi. On the Mustafi front, whilst he's obviously a high-profile player, it's pretty surprising to see he was reported at the forefront, having played just 2 games for the club so far. So this is showing how these players are operating, that they have no regards for the managers, no regard for respect of authority. Now, could this be a situation where it is something that Arteta has seen in Arsenal Football Club, for the reason for him to go out and dismiss these players' contract immediately? Because Mikel Arteta did state that he was trying to get rid of the mole. He was going to get rid of the mole this January transfer window, and we've seen the likes of Ozil, Mustafi, Kolasinac, all these guys leaving the club, and since of recent we haven't heard any much things leaking out from the club in regard to things. Now, Ash and Alman, they just turned up and they are causing trouble. Grass should show a video of Mustafi top 10 blunders that will keep him quiet, and that surely would keep him quiet. That definitely would keep him quiet. Emery spoke on this stuff. Our board chose Ozil over Emery, and that is a fact. That is so true. Now, when Unai Emery was isolating Ozil, so many of the fan base was crying out, why isn't Ozil in the team? Unai Emery should bring back Ozil in the front run of the team, and we have seen the result, what happened and how it is going so far. Now, even right now, Ozil not performing at his optimum best, but most of the Arsenal fan base would say that he will build all these different type of excuses. He hasn't played in such a long while. He's this, he's that. And yesterday wanting to integrate it in Arsenal first team immediately, stating that he could have done better than what they're seeing. And now we are building excuse for him. But beside of that, Unai Emery came out after the sacking and spoke about all these issues that the players were actually giving him. And now we're seeing other managers and other players coming out saying such things. And now these are the stories that are hitting the forefront of our media platform. And it really sends a bad message across all Arsenal fans, even the Arsenal club itself. And it could be a case in which now we understand where, in regards to sacking, how quite often we see the term sacking being brought up in Arsenal Football Club, and this could be a possible trend coming from these particular team members, because we know that Mustafi, Kolasinac, also Mesut Ozil, they were really close, and I do believe that these guys will actually want, because of the unfair treatment that they think Ozil is getting, would want Mikel Arteta to be sacked just the same. Now we've seen them going to other places and bad news circling around them, and that really sends a bad message across. Even me as an Arsenal fan, I really think that what they are doing is really disrespectful, and knowing how hard Schalke team really worked to get Kolasinac in their team, also giving him the captain armband. Manager must feel really distraught about the situation, and I do believe that something can be done in regards to this situation, and we might see Kolasinac coming back to Arsenal Football Club this summer and then Arsenal maybe doing the rounds again and actually terminating his contract. But these are some of the things that we have been seeing for a while leaking out of the club, and now these same players are different clubs, and now these big stories are coming out. They should know that Arsenal approach everything diplomatically. So not because you're an Arsenal club, you might be leaking information. These things might be happening in Arsenal Football Club, and Arsenal are going to hide it and keep it so far away from the media. It is unlikely that you're going to see it. Now the problem now lies where you're at other clubs, and these clubs root out and they identify you single-handedly. They single you out and let people know that you are the problem. That is how these clubs move. These clubs are really ruthless. These clubs are not the type of clubs like Arsenal, who are so diplomatic in everything they do to hide things because they cannot manage the shame and the embarrassment. These clubs are not like that. They really exploit you and let you know when you're doing stupid things. So hopefully you guys really understand what is happening. And could it be a case that Mikel Arteta dodged a bullet by saying getting rid of these guys immediately, cutting them off staff, and also could it be a case in which it could be fabricated story? But so far things are going bad at Schalke, and I do believe that something is happening, and these players are not the type of players to keep silent. They will do things and they'll try their best to get things their way. That German Bundesliga faction also had a negative impact on the youth. When those, they wouldn't behave like that in a strong professional dressing room. And that is a fact. Because when Guendouzi left the club, we saw he was Arsenal the only person, one of the only person that he publicly came out and wished goodbye or whatever. And that sends a bad message that really highlights some of the facts, some of the issues that we're having internally. That really highlights some of the issues that we are having internally. And I'm really hoping that Guendouzi fix up. And I do believe that it is over for him in regards to Mikel Arteta. I do believe that. But I'm hoping that this is something that these players can learn from. Also, the players that are at the club right now see that Mikel Arteta, what he's doing, and he's rooting out all those bad eggs out of the club. So I'm hoping that you guys understand what is happening, and let's see how this one goes from here. Let's see if Kolasinac will remain with the captain armband. Let's see how long he will remain at Schalke. And I do believe that something is boiling, and at the end of the season, we will see what really happened. So for now, thank you very much for tuning in, and I do hope that you guys enjoy the show. Please hopefully you guys hit the like button, and don't go away without hitting the like button. So this has been Military Guna TV. Guess what? I am out.